What's up, viewers? Eric from Sonic. Today I'm here at OEM Audio Plus. Many of you guys probably know them. They make the really cool sound systems. And as you can see, they have a really cool differentiated Toyota Tundra that you see over here. And to be specific, this is the 2016 Toyota Tundra. And we're going to be installing our Apple CarPlay and showing you step by step and how to install it and also demonstrating it for you as well. So let's not waste any time and get started. Now that we're in the car, we want to get behind the radio. In order to do that, we have to remove a few parts. So we're going to start off by taking out the shift knob and then the center console area over here, and we're going to work our way up to the radio area. So just go ahead and remove this shift knob, just turning it counterclockwise, just like that. Leave it aside where you don't risk getting it scratched. And then just go ahead and raise this part over here, and you're going to first remove this part, the area that surrounds the shift knob. Panel removal tool will help remove this. I stuck it in between the cracks on the side of this panel on the left side and gently just lift it. Just pull it up. And you should be able to remove it just like that. And after you remove that, you'll notice that there's one Phillips screw that's in here. We're going to remove that. Okay, after you remove the screw, we're going to remove this whole panel piece over here. It's going to come out as one piece. Just grab a hold of this and we're going to lift it up. And just work your way around it. Okay, just like that. The next step is to remove this bottom panel area over here. This is where you really need to use your panel removal tool. Don't push it in too deep. Okay. And when you remove this, everything may come out in one piece like this, or the bottom piece might come out separately. Regardless, you will need to take off both the top and the bottom piece out. And when you pull this out, there's a few connectors that you're gonna have to disconnect behind it. Okay, next, once we have this part out, if you look down below, you'll find that there's 4 10mm bolts. You're gonna have to use a 10mm socket with an extension and a ratchet to remove those bolts. All right, once all those bolts are removed, just get a good hold of this and pull it towards you, just like that. And let's set it on a big thick piece of blanket. And on top of that, if you do have clips that are stuck in the hole, just make sure you pull it out over here. You don't want to lose it, and just place it back here where the radio is. Okay, and now that we're behind here, let's go ahead and get our interface ready. If you want to see how to connect the interface, check out the link below. And once you have that ready, we're going to continue on the next steps. Okay, now that you got our device all connected and ready to connect to the factory radio, the connectors that we will be focusing on is this one over here, and then also this one right here. So let's go ahead and unplug those. Okay, and you are simply just going to daisy chain our harness between it. Everything is plug and play. Everything should clip in place very securely. If something's not going in right, pull it back out and make sure it is placed in the correct way and not backwards. Okay. And there's also one more connector that we're gonna need to connect. So it's this, and also this connector up here. And then if you decide to use our custom USB harness, we will also be connecting the USB harness. This is a custom USB harness for you to retain your factory USB plug to use for this Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you do not want this, and if you want to keep your factory USB working, then you can use the supplied USB cord that you can mount in any other areas of your vehicle that you wish. So this is the USB plug right here. We're going to unplug this. Okay. And then we're going to plug this to our custom USB harness. Just like that. All right, now that everything is plugged in, before we organize the wires and route the mic, let's go ahead and test to make sure everything is in working condition. All right, looks like everything is working as it should. And one thing as a side note that I didn't mention earlier is you do have to set the dip switch based on the manual. So go ahead and check the manual and set your dip switch before plugging everything in. If that dip switch doesn't work or you need to make some sort of adjustment, you do have to turn off your vehicle before changing the dip switch setting, and then you do have to pull this harness off and put it back in to reset the system as well. But everything is working as it should, so we're gonna go ahead and route the mic from up here to the side, and then afterwards we're gonna put all the parts back in place. Okay, so now we're gonna mount this microphone up here and then route the wires all the way down to the footwell, go under and route it behind the radio into our interface. So we'll start by placing this mic over here. And then we have to remove this A-pillar plastic piece. Okay, once you have this out, you'll find that there's a wire that's being routed down. Go ahead and follow that line, and we're gonna route it down to your kick panel area. And once you get down to this area, you're gonna just drop it down below. Make sure it doesn't go in front of the airbag, because just in case in a event of an accident, if you do put it in front of the airbag, not only will the airbag fly at you, but the microphone will also come flying at you as well. So it's very important you don't route it in front of the airbag. Alright guys, well, we finished installing it. We tested it, everything was working as it should. So we put everything back, and then we reversed ordered the installation, put everything back. So let me go ahead and do a really quick demonstration for you guys how this works. So you're seeing the factory screen right now. So as is from the factory, everything will work as normal with no problem. AM, FM, if you have satellite, you could do your satellite and all that Bluetooth radio stuff and so forth. And even your backup camera will continue to work as normal. And then how do you go to your Apple CarPlay mode? So what you need to do is first select your auxiliary like this, because your sound is going to come to your aux. So you want to make sure it's in the aux mode before you make the switch over. So once you're in the aux mode, you're going to double press your power button very slowly. And it's going to take you to your Apple CarPlay system. And right now it says system ready, which means it is ready for it to show you either the Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto interface, whatever phone that you're connecting. So we have an Apple iPhone over here, and we're going to connect just a standard Lightning to USB cable to your factory USB input, because we use the custom optional harness. And then once you connect this to your phone, the phone will immediately recognize. Let me put the volume down. It will immediately recognize that it is connected to an Apple CarPlay device. And on top of that, your factory screen becomes a touch screen, and you'll be able to navigate the Apple CarPlay device, as you see over here. Just like the normal Apple CarPlay system, everything from Siri, Apple Maps, Google Maps, Messages, phone call, Pandora, Waze, and any other Apple CarPlay applications will show up on the screen depending on what you have on your phone. Alright viewers, well, this concludes our installation, our demonstration on this Android Auto Apple CarPlay interface device for this Toyota model. The same interface is compatible with select 2014 to 2019 Toyota models with or without nav, with or without JBL, it doesn't matter. As long as you have Intune 2.0 to 2.5, it will be compatible. If you have any additional questions, please contact me by emailing info@beatsonikusa.com. And as of now, the product is still not available, but it's coming out really soon. If you want to be on the waiting list, shoot us an email at the same email address, and we'll get you on the list to keep you updated of our launch date and pricing and all that good stuff. Thanks again, and if you haven't pressed that subscribe button below, make sure you do that as well. Thank you.